Today we're going to talk about using AWS Control Tower to build the life science AWS environment that you'd want tomorrow, today. Hi, I'm Scott Scheirey, Scientific Partner Advisor with PTP. Life science startups want to go fast, and they encounter problems. But how did they encounter these problems in the first place? Typically, a life science startup is a handful of people, computational biologists, bioinformaticians, and data scientists. They just received a round of funding to turn their innovative idea, whether it's a innovative new therapy or new way of conducting research, and turning that idea into something meaningful that will positively impact patients. I found that architecting an environment on your own or under your own roof is daunting to a lot of people because they lack the AWS expertise. And you ultimately decide that you're going to push that off down the road until it's a pressing issue. And your immediate step is to take your new funding and do it with minimal configuration. This goes for security, compliance, data storage, future plans to scale. Data is all over the place. What's often missed is that it isn't very costly to get started with your own AWS environment, and it'll mitigate a lot of problems you're going to experience with inherent technical debt down the road. A lot of things that you haphazardly implemented will ultimately need to be ripped down, or you're on the verge of an IND or clinical trials and you need to illustrate that your environment is compliant to regulatory bodies. AWS Control Tower is a great way to get started, and it's an organizational management toolset that gives you baseline security across all your accounts and allows you to deploy new environments in a well-architected manner. For example, if you were to add a new application or business unit, you can do it from this secure toolset and follow the same criteria as defined in AWS Control Tower. Why this matters for early stage life science organizations is that their data teams won't worry about their deployments. They'll follow their company's security and compliance protocols, and you won't worry about access or permissions to your AWS, EKS, or EC2 instances, your containers for running your pipelines. These are already going to be predefined. This is a jumpstart into your environment where you're not relying heavily on your IT team to set you up for success. If you have a new hire, all you have to do is assign new permissions to that person, and your environment is ready to scale as a flip the switch type process. Implementing AWS Control Tower from the beginning gives you an AWS well-architected framework from the start. Your storage, computational resources, your policies and roles are already defined for your company to follow. As you scale up, you won't be worried about pulling data from your storage as a service vendors, your data warehouses. This is something where you can look at your environment, decide what to change, and whether you want to follow NIST or HIPAA or GDPR or 21 CFR Part 11. If you're interested in learning more, check out PTP on AWS Marketplace and our Cloud Ops for Life Science Startups.